Hello, beautifuls. Hello, my loves. Happy New Year. It's your girl, Neicy, and I am back once again with Queen's Wisdom. This is your year of manifestation. This is your year of blessings and overflow. This is your year of peace, abundance, joy, love, prosperity, wealth, health. This is your year. I want you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you get anything out of the words that I am saying, if you connect with me in any kind of way on this channel, Queen's Wisdom, let me know. Please hit the like button. Let the algorithm know that you are on this path with me. Now, today I want to talk to you about a specific word. And I believe that this word will really help you to step up to the plate and be able to realize and come into agreement with the overflow and abundance and the blessings that is for your life. I believe that you will be able to have the capacity and the mindset to really flow in everything that you're meant to flow in. This word, these specific words that I am going to speak on today. Today, these words are going to do something in your spirit and help you and to realize that you are, in fact, called and chosen to be able to walk in a path that's meant for your life. The words that I'm talking about today, is you are worthy. Yes, I said you are worthy. I'm talking about being worthy. I'm talking about having a sense of being worthy. I'm talking about getting to your worthy. Get to your worthy. As Tyler Perry talks about being worthy. You are worthy. You are meaningful. You are somebody special. You are valuable. You matter. And that's why I think the word worthy is such a big deal. In order for you to really step up to the plate, you have to start off with knowing who you are. You have to know that you are worthy. You have to know that it's something special that you have been given to do. So you will be able to walk in the path and the purpose for your life. You have to realize that you are worthy. Now, worthy in the sense of that I'm speaking on today is the simplest form of being worthy. Because I'm not talking about worthy in the form of, oh, you're worthy because you went to school and you obtained some degrees and so now you're worthy to have this particular position. I'm not talking about the worthy in the sense of, oh, you did different things and you have a certain skill set and now you're able to take on this thing that you're being called to take on, so you're worthy to take that on. I'm not even talking about the worthy because of your accomplishments or your possessions or what you have. I'm not talking about the worthy that when people give you accolades and put you on a pedestal. I'm not talking about that kind of worthy. I'm talking about you're worthy just because. Just because. You're worthy just because. That's the simplest form of worthiness that I am speaking on today. You're worthy just because. Just because what? Just because God, the Creator, made you. You are here today because He deemed you worthy. And it has nothing to do with your accomplishments. It has nothing to do with what other people say about you or their opinions of you, or if you're on a pedestal or not, or if you're popular or not, or if you have 1,000 likes on social media or not, or if you have 3,000 followers or not. That has nothing to do with the worthy that I'm speaking on. Today I'm speaking to you and I'm saying that you're worthy because God has ordained you. God has chosen you. God created you. You are here today. Your worthiness has nothing to do with the mistakes that you may have made. And that's who I really want to hear me. Because I want you to really be able to know that you're worthy despite your mistakes. I want you to know that you're worthy despite your past. I want you to know that you're worthy despite what other people may feel about you. You are worthy. If you've been beaten down by life, in life, if you've made plenty of mistakes, even if you went to prison, I want you to know that you are worthy. It's so important for you to realize that you're worthy and come in agreement that you are worthy, because if you don't, you will listen to the voices of the past. You will listen to all of the negative things in your mind that's telling you, oh, I'm not worthy because I did this. I'm not worthy because I suffered and I went through a whole lot of different things. I'm not worthy because I lived in a whole lot of dysfunction and chaos. Those things that you may have lived in your past, or the mistakes that you've made, or the different things that you've experienced in your life may make you feel that you're not worthy. And so I really want to speak and I want to connect with you, and I want to let you know that you are worthy just because. And because when you know that you're worthy just because, you will step up to the plate and you'll begin to act like you're worthy. You begin to develop the confidence that you need to be able to walk in the path and to be able to realize the overflow and to be able to have the abundance and the peace despite your mistakes, despite the decisions that you made that may have gotten you into some messy situations in the past, that may have gotten you into some hot messes in the past. You got to know that you're worthy. Your worthiness has nothing to do with other people. Because if you go by what other people say, if you feel like you need to be validated by man, if you feel like you need to be validated by the accolades of people, if you feel like you're nothing, if you don't have 10,000 likes or 10,000 followers, then your worthiness is based off of somebody else, and you're giving somebody else control over your thought process to feel that you are worthy. Because people change, right? We know that people will have you on a pedestal 1 minute and they can tear you down and turn their backs on you in the next minute. People are like the seasons. They change. And so I heard something about something in the social media, and it was on this celebrity. His name is Jonathan Majors. And I guess something happened where he got into some trouble. And so this article actually said that Jonathan Majors was a rising star. And so that means if I make a mistake, and I get my worthiness or my validation from what somebody else feels about me, that means I'm no longer a star. No, that doesn't mean that he's not a star. That means he does have to reconcile whatever the situation is and get right the situation that took place. But that does not mean that he's not worthy enough to still go after his goals and his dreams if that's what he wants for his life. It doesn't mean that he's not anyone no more just because he made a mistake. But I'm just giving you an example of how sometimes people can put you on a pedestal. You can be really doing good. You're in the limelight. You're doing well according to people and popularity and celebrity status or whatever. I'm not making no judgments. But I'm just using that as an example to say my validation doesn't come from other people. My sense of knowing who I am doesn't come from the accolades of other people. Because if I rest how I feel about myself based on what other people say, I would be a very sad person. So I can't go by what other people say. Sometimes I just got to know that I'm worthy and I'm willing to walk out my path even when I don't see things aligning up the way I want them to align up. I just got to believe that it just hasn't happened yet. I'm worthy to walk this, but it just hasn't happened yet. But that does not mean that you're not worthy. You could have went to prison. You're still worthy. Now, you have to make amends. You have to suffer the consequences, yes. You have to get things right. You have to do the right thing. But I'm just talking about the simple form of worthy so you can know that even though you made mistakes, even though you may have gotten yourself in a terrible predicament, but you still can be used. Because God can use some of the worst situations and turn it around and work it for the highest good. Yes, that can happen. Yes, it has happened. But I need to know that I'm worthy, and so I can step into what I'm meant to step into. If I don't know that I'm worthy, if I don't realize my worth, if I don't realize my significance, I will allow life to just trample me down. I will allow the voices of naysayers and haters to speak over me. I will give my power over to them when I need to take my power back, and I need to walk in authority, and I need to be bold, and I need to walk in confidence to be able to live the life that God has given for me to live. But if I go by what other people say, if I have my sense of value or validation because of some particular person, then I'm giving the control over to them to pull me however they want to pull me. But when I know for myself that I'm worthy because God has chosen me, God has deemed me worthy, then that's all that needs to be said. That's what I want to get to you. This is your year. I want you to be able to flow. I want you to be able to realize the abundance and overflow. I want you to be able to realize the peace and joy and happiness for your life, for people's lives that you're meant to impact in whatever way that you're meant to impact. But you got to realize that you're worthy. Tyler Perry talked about his mom not knowing that she was worthy. And sometimes when you don't know that you're worthy, you'll just settle for whatever. You'll settle for whatever kind of treatment that someone gives to you. You'll settle for just feeling low about yourself. You'll settle and you'll take different things that demean you and devalue you. In order for you to really walk in the path and live the life that you've been called to live, of purpose, of your gifting, of your talents, to be able to realize that and bring that about, you can't be in situations that demean you or devalue you. I've said this oftentimes, and I got this from someone, but they said, don't stay where you're not valued. Never stay where you're not valued. Why? Because when you are demeaned and when you're torn down emotionally and mentally, you cannot flow the way that you need to flow. You don't have the confidence level that you need in order to really say your truth, speak your truth, walk in the path that you're supposed to walk in. Have the boldness to be able to speak what you're meant to speak. I need the confidence. And so I'm really big on making sure that I have the utmost confidence in myself, because I need to walk this path out. And if I'm feeling like I'm afraid because of what somebody else thinks about me, or how they're treating me, or how they talk about me, or how they react to me, or how they respond to me, I'll always be in that sense of low vibration. That low vibration that makes me not speak up. That low vibration that makes me feel that I don't matter. That low vibration that makes me feel that I don't have anything of value to say, or I'm not important. That's the low vibration that the enemy wants you to stay in, so you don't live the first class life that you're meant to live. The life of purpose that you're meant to live. When I say first class, I'm not talking about, you having all of these different materialistic things and these different possessions, and all of that's well said and good. And I know we like things, but it's not just about that. When I talk about first class life, for me, it's about being able to live a life that I don't leave one stone unturned, that I don't accomplish everything that I'm meant to accomplish, that I don't touch the lives that I know that I'm meant to touch. So I have to have the confidence level to be able to walk and live in overflow, so I can overflow into someone else's life. I need to be blessed like that. I need to have the favor like that so I can be able to speak into somebody else's life. Because it's somebody else's life that's going through some situations that they didn't ever think that they would get out of. But when I was living in a state of depression that made me almost lose my mind, I had to begin to realize that my worth couldn't be taken away by that situation that happened to me. Some of you are living in a situation that you don't feel that you're worthy because you've been torn down. But I'm wanting you to get to your worthy today. How do you get to your worthy? Well, every day I want you to affirm yourself, because it's a constant, consistent practice. It's a habit that you have to develop, that you have to be willing to do and walk in, so you can build up the confidence to know who you are. And so every day I affirm myself. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am blessed and highly favored. I have been called and I have been chosen. I am God's child. I am special. I am somebody. God don't make no junk. And you consistently speak that. Renew your spirit, renew your mind, transform your thinking every day. The more you speak those powerful words, the more it's going to be able to take up something in you, in your spirit, that's going to allow you to be bold enough to walk out the path. That's going to allow you to be bold enough to do what you're meant to do, because you know that you are worthy. You know that you're worthy. It don't matter about the mistakes that I made. I'm worthy. It doesn't matter about opinions of others. I'm worthy. You're special. You're one of a kind. God has created you to be here. And so this is a new year. We're starting it off in an amazing way. We're starting it off with believing and knowing who we are. You are worthy. You've been called and you've been chosen. And so don't base your worth, your value, your importance, your significance off of anything outside of you. Don't base it off of your circumstances. Some of you have had times in your life that you have went through some extreme hurts and some low moments. The marriage maybe that you had didn't last. And you don't feel like you're worthy. You don't feel like you have value. You don't feel like you are important. But sometimes it's the worst things that happen to us that can open up so many great doors. Sometimes you may not feel like you're worthy because you perhaps was molested and you carrying this weight on you. You suffered a whole lot of bad things as a child and you've been carrying this weight on you. And I think that's a lot of times that's where a lot of people fight in their mind with, because they haven't addressed the emotional childhood wounds. You went through a whole lot and you haven't really addressed it, and you haven't really gotten the help that you need for it. But I want you to know that even if you've been through some terrible situations and it felt like that God wasn't even there to help you, you're still worthy. Because as I said before, he can use the most worst of situations and still turn it around and make it work for your highest good. Make it work for your good. It seemed like it was meant for evil, but he can make it work for good, for blessings, for overflow, for life, for you to be able to really be amazed by. You don't understand what he has in store for you. And sometimes you wait and you and you wonder if he's ever going to come through, but you got to, when you know that you're worthy, you'll just surrender to, okay, I'm just going to trust and believe. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm going to trust and believe because I'm worthy. I'm worthy to be used. I'm worthy to live a life of abundance. I'm worthy to live a life of first class. I'm worthy because when I live a life of first class, it's not just about me. It's about everybody that I'm meant to touch. It's about the impact that I know that I'm meant to make. So you're blessed. I spoke on last week, I believe, about the three confirmations. And sometimes when you wait and you wait and you wait and you don't see anything happening, I was told in these confirmations that he made you wait because what he has prepared for you is way bigger than what you can imagine. So don't allow the wait to make you give up. Just know that you're worthy. Know that you've been called and you've been chosen. And everything that you're meant to have, it is possible. It just hasn't happened yet. But you are worthy despite your past, despite mistakes, despite bad decisions. You are still worthy to be used. You're still worthy to go after your dreams and sit at the table. Michelle Obama, she wrote this book some years back, and she talked about take your seat at the table. Take your seat at the table. This table of overflow, this table of abundance, this table of your dreams, this table of some good things for your life, this table of purpose. You got to take your seat. It's going to be some people that may not want you to be at this table. They may make you feel that you don't deserve to be at this table. But when you know that you're worthy, you'll take your seat at the table that's for you. Take your seat at the table and know that you've been called and chosen for some great things. And so in order for you to even step up to the plate, you got to know that you're worthy. Be worthy. Get to your worthy. Practice your affirmations. And just keep on believing that even though it hasn't happened yet, it's possible. It's possible. Just know your worth. Significant value, one of a kind. There's no one like you. There's no one with your DNA. There's no one with your fingerprint. No one can do what you can do the way that you can do it. So you're significant. You're important. You matter. You are worthy. All right. Happy New Year. I'll talk with you soon. Queen's Wisdom, please like, share, comment, subscribe. If you are touched in any way by this Queen's Wisdom speaking to you. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.